Hello, we're here with a very practical tutorial for all our dear friends. In this tutorial, we're going to learn how to make a fully smart and automatic door, where we can change the width of the door with just one click. We can specify whether it opens to the left or right, and place it in any direction we want, without needing to use tools like rotate, scale, move, mirror, or anything like that. As you can see, I can easily place the door in any direction I want and set which way it opens. And you probably know that a feature like this, which we want to implement using smart blocks or dynamic blocks, can really speed up the process of drawing and placing doors in our plan, and be very useful. So to do this, that is, to create a dynamic block or what we call a smart block, we need to have a door object, just like the regular objects you find in any furniture or furnishing package. It doesn't matter what shape it is. We import a door object into the AutoCAD workspace. It definitely needs to be converted into a block. To convert an object into a block, well, we select it. We press B and then enter. We assign a name to it. For example, I'll name it Smart Door 2. We set a pick point for it. Let's say, for example, here, and then we click OK. Now we have a block, but it's just a simple block. It's not smart and doesn't do anything special for us. Look, if I select this door now and move it, it won't align with my desired direction and will always stay horizontal. So what do we do to turn it into a smart block? We double-click on it. It shows me the name I choose for my block here, like Smart Door 2 or any other name. I click OK. Now I enter the block editor window. This is where we can edit our blocks or turn them into smart blocks, or what we call dynamic blocks. So here it's showing me a set of parameters and actions. Parameters and actions give me the ability to control objects and tell them how to behave or react intelligently in situations I specify for them. Alright, the first thing we want to do is define a base point for our object. Let's set the base point. For example, up here, and in the next step, we need to define an alignment. Alignment, or tracing, helps us intelligently position our object along the desired direction. Alignment only has parameters. It doesn't have any actions. Let's select the alignment. We want it at this vertex up to. I'll specify its direction from here to, well, wherever. If I press F8 to turn on ortho mode, my alignment will be active along this direction. Alright. And here's its icon that appeared here. I'll save this and go into my workspace. Now I can select this object or block, which is now smart. From the same point that's the alignment point, not the base point up here. I can grab it from the alignment and place it wherever I want. I'll turn off F8. For example, I'll say be here. OK. I still haven't adjusted its dimensions and size. I'll grab it again. For example, here. It automatically, without me doing anything or rotating it, positions itself correctly in the right direction. OK. So up to now, our smart block can recognize and set its own orientation. We click on it again. We enter the block editor window. The next thing it needs to do for us is to scale. What does that mean? Look, these dimensions I have here. For example, this one is 120, this one is 110, this one is 90, this one is 1 meter. They all have different sizes and dimensions. If I wanted to fit into each of these sizes, I have to scale it every time, which is really time-consuming. Now, I want to be able to set its dimensions and sizes with just one click, just like I showed you at the beginning of the tutorial. How do I do that? I need to apply a linear parameter to my object. Linear means straight or in a line. I say from here to here. Set a distance or a gap for me. Why do I want this? Because I want to stretch and resize my object along the frame, in line with the frame. Now, the linear parameter has been assigned to it, and a yellow exclamation mark has appeared here. This tells me that you need an action, meaning I have to go to the Action tab and assign an action to it. I have to say, hey, do something when I give you the linear parameter. What should it do? It should scale, obviously. I select Scale. It asks, which parameter should it be applied to? I say, apply it to this parameter. Now it says, select the objects you want to apply it to. I select these objects and press Enter. Now I save it. I go into my workspace. You can see a flash has also been placed here, so now I can move it around. And as you can see, it can't be selected. What do we do to fix it? We go back into the block editor. We want to tell it to grow or shrink from one side. Right now, both sides have this capability. I select my parameter. I press Ctrl+1 on the keyboard so I can access its properties. I scroll down to number of grips and set it to 1, meaning it will only have one grip. I click OK and save my block. Now I can select it from here. Now it moves easily, and having one grip means it can only grow or shrink from this side. Okay, as you can see, I can automatically scale it to any size I want with just one click. Now I place it here and tell it, you need to be this size. It makes my job so much easier compared to scaling the usual way. Or I can just say, put it here and easily make it bigger. Okay, come back here again. Let its size be this. Now I'll set it horizontally and place it here. Now we want to make it so that it automatically detects the left and right openings for us. How do we do that? We double-click on it. We select it. We enter the block editor window. We assign the flip parameter to it. The flip reverses or inverts the direction. We select the flip parameter. We want to assign it here, so that relative to the axis passing through the middle of this, it should flip, right? So the left and right opening should switch. So we come and want to select the center of this. Now, let's consider a point down here and a point up there. How do we figure out where the middle of these 2 points is? Hold Shift, right-click, and select mid between 2 points. It creates a point between these two. And it selects this. So, between these two, it ends up here. These two selections I made give me the midpoint. Now, with F8 turned on, I select a point at the top, doesn't matter where, and I place its label wherever I want. Now, this icon I have here has a yellow exclamation mark next to it. What does that mean? It means I need to assign an action to it. We go into Action, then Action Flip. You see, its icon is just like the mirror. It does exactly what the mirror does. I select Flip. It asks which parameter to assign it to. I say, obviously, to the flip parameter. It says, select your objects. I say, all these objects, and I press Enter. It's been applied to it. I save it. So now, look, with just one click, the door's openings switch places. Now I select it and place it wherever I want. I can also set its dimensions and sizes with a single click and then flip it. Why did it jump and not end up in the right place? I'll tell you now. I'm putting it here. We double-click on it. The reason is that when we assign the scale action to our linear parameter, to this distance here, the flip option wasn't selected. Back then, the flip option didn't even exist, because first we dragged the distance here as linear, and then we added the flip. So we select the distance. Actually, here we select its action, which is scale. We right-click on it. Action Selection Set, Modify Selection Set. Meaning, I want to change my selections. Why should everything always be selected, but not the flip? I select everything again and press Enter. OK, now I'll save. And I'll enter the AutoCAD workspace window as well. Now I can select it, place it wherever I want, and now when I flip it, you can see that it's positioned correctly and the opening switches between left and right. And now I have a fully smart door. Now I can put this door here, place it here, change its dimensions and size, and switch the direction it opens. It makes my job so much easier and speeds up the workflow. The door can be resized and its opening direction can be changed. Okay, let me pick up the door again and place it here, for example. Now let's put it a bit lower here. It's that easy. Now, if we want it to work smartly in the opposite direction as well, we just flip it in the other direction too. So, we were able to easily create a smart door using dynamic blocks. And once we create this door, we can use it in all our projects forever. Instead of having to use commands like mirror, scale, rotate, and move, and without needing to have doors of different sizes in our furniture or furnishing files, we can have all these capabilities in one place just by having a single door. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Until the next tutorial, goodbye.